Hi guys, we are now live. This is day 2 of our training. Yesterday we went over the checklist on how to help you get onboarded and help you get started. And Layla is going to be training again this evening. I am so proud of her for just taking the lead. You know, when I ask her to step up, as always, she's just so willing to do the thing, right? And just like now, just recently reviewed the slides. And so, you know, we are going to kind of wing it. But the beauty of what we do, you guys, is because we've been in this industry long enough, we really know the steps, right? And so a lot of these things are things that we've learned in the past that we're just continue to apply to continue to see that kind of success. So today, what we're going to cover is once you get started, you're being onboarded, right? We're going to help you get to your next steps. What does that look like? And so our gold associate, Layla Madela, no one better than to be able to speak about how to get to stage 2 and then stage 3 of our compensation plan and how to get paid in this business and making sure you're getting set up for success. So why don't you go ahead, Layla, and take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Emily. Welcome everyone. Yeah, so it's gonna be a quick one tonight, and then I think we'll have time for Q&A. But really getting started in your business now. Obviously, if you're all here, you all want to earn the additional income, and you all want to make your business succeed, right? We all do. On the training slides, on the presentation slides, it says, are you 1, 2, or 3, right? I always say I'm number 4. I want to make the life-changing income. So, I'm sure most of you would like to do that. And I was on a conversation the other day with someone, and I said, it's about time that we just step it up, and this is the right company. So really on getting started, you guys, for you, and I don't want you to feel like you have to do this, right? But the quicker you get started, it's way more fun to go fast than go slow. And for those of you that have been involved for a little while now, and maybe like Emily said, we're stuck, or how do we get unstuck? Don't feel like you have to do this. We're gonna wrap it up towards the end and talk a little bit about not feeling the pressure, right? So how do you get started or get your business started? You guys, you all know to unlock the compensation, you need to introduce the membership to 2 people. So 2 people grab a membership. You got a left team and a right team that completely unlocks the compensation as long as your 2 members stay active every single month. And really, the easiest way for everyone to stay active is get on the autosaver program. And we know that eliminates the habit that we never ever have is discipline, right? This allows us to be disciplined by getting on the autosaver program. We won't forget to get a coin. On top of that, we're staying active within the compensation plan. Now, it's super important if you want to build and go fast, is if you can enroll 2 people in your first 12 to 24 hours. And Tony Hubbard says it the best, is that the average person in this industry can recruit or can share with 2.3 people. I think is what he says, 2.3. 2 to 3 people, I'll say that, right? Well, here's how generous this compensation plan is, you guys. Is all you need is 2 people to unlock the compensation. You become an associate, you're eligible to earn commission. In other companies, I'm telling you, it's not that simple sometimes. You have to get so many with so much volume, with so much monthly auto ship and all that. Here we call it auto saver because we're saving, right? Is get 2 people in the first 12 to 24 hours. The one thing that I did lack and I did learn in the last year and a half is when you get someone started and they grab a membership, don't be afraid to ask them, are you just gonna collect and stack for yourself, or are you wanting to earn additional income? No, the minute they say, oh, I'd like to earn additional income, well, then who do you know? And that's where you work on what step 1 was yesterday on the 100 name list for them, is who can we contact, right? And it's just getting people into the urgency, because I'm telling you, it's so much more fun to build fast than to build slow. Okay, so once you get your 2 people, what are we going to do is create duplication. And that's what this business is all about, is just creating duplication. Is helping the 2 to go get 2, right? Is helping them to unlock the compensation and being eligible to earn commission at the rank of associate, 1 left, 1 right. Okay, now I get it. In here, you're going to start asking people, you want to grab a membership? Are you going to stack? Do you want to earn income? Well, some people will say, no, I don't want to. Okay, great. Then don't beg them to go get someone in 12 to 24 hours. You will get around to asking them, who do they know, or the referrals. Once they get involved, you guys, I've had people now like, oh, so-and-so might want to hear, or so-and-so might want to hear, right? I just got off of a call right before this that someone referred her to and that person never knew about 7K, and it's one of her best friends that worked with her, and she was referring her to for something else. I'm like, oh my gosh, so she's gonna come to the meeting on Thursday. So you just never know. The one advantage here I find with 7K, you guys, is this is for the masses. We're not tailored only to a certain group of people. We're not tailored to only women or to only men, right? It's versed and it's open to everybody. So know that we have a solution to share with everyone. If you're passionate about what you're doing, this is a huge solution for anybody. So really, I truly believe that we can actually enroll more than what the average is, 2.3 or whatever Tony says, 2 to 3 people here. So it's sifting and sorting, finding the ones that see what you see, that want to go out and share it with 2 people. So now once you get to this part here, right, all you're going to do is go and roll a couple more. In the process though, you guys, as you're going out and asking people if they're going to build or just stack, right, and they want to go and how quickly they want to move, in the process you're going to be enrolling people as well. But in this example here, once you get your 2 associates, one on the left, one on the right, you go and enroll a couple more people, you hit the rank of copper. And I know most of you on here understand what that is, but the brand new person that's listening to this again on a replay, is copper is where it's at, you guys. For those of you that are getting started, if you focus on copper and creating coppers and creating coppers and creating coppers and creating coppers, the rest of the compensation plan falls into place. I am not kidding. This is where it gets so simple. And I'm blown away. I still get blown away by how simple the compensation is, that at this rank with only 8 people, you're eligible to earn up to $1,000 a week in commission. Will you earn that right away? No. But you know what? You want to stay ahead of the rank. And you're going to hear that over and over and over again, because you get to a point where you're going to enroll an Emily, or you're going to enroll a Traylene, or you're going to enroll a Lori or a Norman, or somebody that's going to get committed and want to go out and build a business. You're going to enroll someone like me, right? Where it's going to take off, and you do not want to flush points. And I know we're going to go talk a little bit about that as you get involved in the business itself, but copper is where it's at, you guys. So I'm going to have Emily chime in. We're going to chime in on the next 2 slides together. But I think that's the basic of this particular training, is get to associate, help the 2 get 2, you enroll a couple more, and you're at a rank of copper, and teach everyone to hit copper.
Awesome. I did want to share one slide that I think is super important that's not on this particular slide, but it's very familiar to a lot of you. I'm going to stop share screening just for a second so I can go grab it. But 1 second, I'm going to go pull it up. And oh, it won't let me minimize during a meeting. Of course not. Why would it let me? Maybe not. Hold on. I think I know how to get around that. But these 2 are slides that I feel like, or materials that should be in your arsenal to remind you of really how awesome the company is and the compensation behind it. So give me a second. I'm going to go ahead, now that I've prepped that, I'm going to share screen. Okay. So Layla, let's talk about this real quick, and then we'll move on. But let's talk about this. Okay, guys. So if you look at it, all right, can you see that, Layla?
Yep.
Okay. So let's cover this slide. I know you know what this means, but we've already talked about get to associate, get to copper. You see the other ranks, but look at the autosavers and look at the membership, and take a look at how powerful this duo team system really is if you work your business. So why don't you go ahead and cover, if you're comfortable, on the autosavers and the new memberships and how the points work here, left and right.
Okay. Perfect. So you know, when you get started here in 7K, it's a simple compensation plan, right? 1 point equals $1. Well, how do we accumulate points? Now, I already said, right, you're going to go in and enroll your first 2 members, unlock the compensation. It does not matter if they get started with the $199 or the $499. You just need 2. Okay. And as you can see, the membership there, I'm going to start with the membership. 199 equals 50 points, right? 499 equals 150 points. And it's just going to accumulate. Now, you guys, in the back of your mind, you're going to think, once my left team and once my right team is at equivalent points at 250 or higher, or 500 or 1,000, you're going to get paid, right? $1 per point. Now, what did I say about discipline, right? If you get everyone, this is powerful. Just the autosaver here is powerful without even looking at what it's going to cost on membership. On the autosaver, if you get one person on the autosaver program that's a 15-point autosaver or the 20-point autosaver, you guys, that's the equivalent to 10 people on the left, 10 people on the right that's on autosaver. Look at how much you're going to end up getting, right? $150 or $200 per side, per team, right? So it's $1 per point that you're getting paid. Emily, I think I see somebody. Cannot see the screen. Oh, just refreshing her page. Okay, I'm getting distracted with the timing there. But you guys, allow you and yourself to dream big, like this says here, like Emily has on this slide, is as you're creating coppers, as you're enrolling membership, everything has a point to it. And look at how powerful. I'm gonna have Emily go and detail this all the way down, but on how you can start to create upfront income and residual income immediately.
Yes. So look
Emily?
at so there's like one side, right? You see the autosaver. So if everybody just went on 15 points, okay, just
Mhm.
the one that are 15 points are like the gold, the gold autosaver, the note, the gold note, and the regular
Silver Eagle.
label series, right? So those are 15 points. Now, if your left team and your right team, right, you have 10 because you get paid left and right, like they have to equal, right? So that'll be equivalent. But take a look at this. Remember, we were talking about like the 250, right? So if you had 20 people on autosavers on your left and right, that's $300. That's a 250 payout automatically that week. Okay. Just as a associate, guys. Now, remember to get to a higher level to get paid as a thousand or more as a copper, right? So if you look on the 15-point side and you go down to 70, if you have 70 on your left and 70 on your right, that's $1,000. You just maxed out that week at a copper. Okay. And then of course you can see down the road, as a bronze, 2000. So where'd that be? Let's say 140 autosavers on your left and right at 15 points. Just the autosaver as a bronze, you guys, you're maxing out 2000 per week. Okay. Now, even if you did that for the whole month, let's say combined, you had 140 autosavers for the whole month combined on your left side, combined on your right side. That's an automatic residual of $2,000 a month, not even just the week, you guys, a month on just autosavers as a bronze, right? And you probably don't even need to be a bronze because guess what? You're not getting paid 2000 every week, right? So you might be getting, as an associate, you might be getting like 500, 500, 500, 500 right there. That's already $2,000 as an associate on just autosavers. You understand what I'm saying, you guys? Look at the new memberships now. Let's say on top of the autosavers, gosh, I'm getting chicken skin. You get $199. That's 50 points for every new person that gets started, right? So you get one left, one right, that's 50 points. Let's see, you got two people, that's 100 points, right? Let's say, for example, you got 5 people on your left and 5 people on your right. 5 people, okay? On the 199, that's a 250 payout that week. That's not even including the autosavers. Okay, let's move over to the 20-point and the higher 499 package. So what I want you to see on this particular slide, you guys, that's super important to understand, is just the extra 5 points makes a big difference on the autosaver. So if they go on the silver animal state label series with the enameled state label series, right? Now you're looking at being able to get, instead of 20 on your left and right at 300, you get 20 at 400. That's an extra $100 more on residuals, right? Then you start going down back to the 2,100. If you had 140 on your left and 140 on your right, instead of 2,100, that's now 2,800. Okay. Of course, you're going to have some 15 and 20 points that'll be varied, but this gives you a really good idea of that week. Because remember, when you set up your autosavers, there's the first, I always forget the dates, the first, the 8th, was
The
it?
15th,
The
21st, 28th,
21st to 28th. So every
or
week you're going to have
something.
autosavers. So you're going to see how many people have autosavers on day 1, day, whatever those days, 15th, right? And so you'll see and you calculate all of that. It'll tell you what your autosavers will look like by the end of the month if you just stayed as an associate, you guys. Super crazy. New memberships. This is where it makes a really big difference between the 199 and 499. We always talk about getting where you fit in. So I'm not saying, hey, everybody's got to go on the 499. I want you to just see the difference though, and why this is so important, not just for you, but your team members. This is how we can get them to see success a lot faster. Because remember, we talked about how the average person can really only recruit about 2.3, 2.5 people, right? So so two, right, gives you more. So let's say, for example, if they went on the 499 at 150 points with two people, right, on the left and right, that's four people total. That's $300. So you already got paid a 250 check that week. Okay. Now go back to the left side with two people left, two people right. You only get 100 versus 300. So how much faster will your checks grow, and how faster would your team's checks grow, right? Because it's not just about us. It's about how quickly they can make their money back, right? How quickly if everybody just did the 499. So take a look at this. With the same 7 people, you can do 7 on the left, 7 on the right, same amount of people, you got a $350 check, or $350. Same 7 people on the 499 package, 1,050. So it's a lot more powerful if people are on board with the 499, not only on the payouts, but the benefits that you receive, right? On all the things that allows you to build your business. So that's that part of that. And I'm gonna remove this out of the way. And then the only thing I want you to see, and then we'll move to close. Guys, this is really all it takes, you guys. To get to associate, all you need is 2. To get to copper, all you need are 2 personals and 2 other people. Remember, we showed you 2 of them to get to their 2. That's a total of 8 people in your entire organization if you built it perfectly with just 8 people, right? And then Layla, you can cover the bronze and below, but I mean, simple numbers, right?
Yeah. Simple, you guys, is when you get to bronze, of course, you're creating coppers. You keep that in the back of your mind. Just keep creating coppers, because a copper left and a copper right, right? And you just need 6 personals, 3 on each side, and a total of 22 people to hit bronze. We don't live in a perfect world, you guys. It's not going to be perfect, but just to give you an idea, it is very doable. At the rank of silver, 5, 10 total personals, total of 54 people, meaning one of them got to be a bronze on each side, right? And it goes all the way up to gold. 8 and 8, 16 personals, 124 people total. I know some of us already have over 124. Are we gold? Maybe not yet. But like I said, it's not in a perfect world. You're gonna have a silver left, silver right. But just so you know the amount of personals that you need as you're going out and sharing this incredible membership, right? Executive gold is 10 and 10, 20, total of 312, and presidential gold is 14 and 14, so 28 personals, 760 people. I'm going to be upfront with you guys, okay? In a company that I walked away from in 2014, walked away from a full-time job in 2014, stayed on for 5 years. I was earning a little over 10 grand a month, you guys. 10 grand a month, and I had thousands in my organization. It's crazy. When you compare the amount of people to the amount of residual and upfront dollars that you can earn here, and swap it into tangible assets that you're going to leave for a legacy for generations to come, you guys, you cannot beat this compensation plan. Nobody will tell me, because I wanted to go back and see how many I had. I know I had well over 1 or 2, I don't even know, 3,000 people in my organization, and maybe making 10 a month. Look at the executive go to 10,000 a week, 312 people in a perfect world. Even if that's wrong and it's 4 times that amount, $10,000 a week, you guys, not $10,000 a month.
Mm-hmm. And then just to clarify, like both Layla and I are golds, but we have way more than 124 people to get to gold, because like we don't live in a perfect world. This is just a perfect scenario of if everybody like were in perfect positions, that's how much you need, right?
Yeah.
And then like Layla said, and I'll chime in with that as well, one of the things that had gotten me about the compensation plan, Nate Ridgway, who, for those of you who are on the book club earlier this morning, one of the things he told me, because I was in another network marketing as well, he said, how many people did you have in that network marketing business and how much did you make? He said, if you had the same amount of people that was in that organization and you transferred that same amount of people in this business, your paychecks would blow past what you make now. And I was like, I was like trying to do the math in my head, and I was like, he is so freaking right.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I saw that right at the very.
With less people, you make
Mm-hmm.
way more,
Yeah.
right? I mean, look at this, guys. Just 35 autosavers left and right. That's a $500 residual a month.
Residual.
Residual. That's whether you wake up out of bed or not.
Mm-hmm.
500 extra bucks. Just people being on an autosaver. 350 autosavers left and right. That's a 5,000 freaking dollar residual check.
Mm-hmm.
700 autosavers left and right. That $10,000 residual. This is even if nobody recruited a single person that week, right?
Mm-hmm.
A month. Right? Even how many of you just on residuals alone would be okay with making 5,000 just residual,
Absolutely.
right?
And how many of you would commit 3 to 5 years in this business to get to that amount?
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, commit 3 to 5 years and you work and
Yeah.
share and build coppers will blow these numbers away.
Yep.
Just with the
Exactly.
simplicity and the value that we have here.
Yep.
It's huge, guys.
It is huge. Okay, we'll
Mhm.
close out with the last
So
two
Emily's
slides.
gonna.
All right. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna read this very, very quickly. For those of you who are in the book club, you already know this. We're reading the book called Obstacle is the Way, and it talks about controlling your emotions, right? And this is so powerful because of the nature of our business. I think a lot of people start getting like panic attacks. But guys, real quick, basically this particular chapter, it just talks about how NASA, the people who are being trained on the NASA, what do you call that? The rocket, right? When they go up into space, when America raced to send the first men into space, they trained the astronauts one skill more than any other, and that is the art of not panicking. When people panic, they make mistakes. They override systems. They disregard procedures, in our case, systems. They ignore the rules. They start deviating from the plan, right? They become unresponsive and then they stop thinking clearly. All of a sudden, we freeze, right? Because we start getting into that panic mode, right? They react, not what they need to react to, but the survival hormones that are coursing through their veins. Welcome to the source of most of our problems down here on earth. Everything is planned down to the letter, then something goes wrong. And then the first thing we do is trade in our plan for good old emotional freakout mode, right? Some of us almost crave sounding the alarm because it's easier than dealing with what's staring at us in the face at 150 miles above the earth in a spaceship smaller than a BMW or a VW, excuse me, I had a BMW, a VW. This is death. Panic is suicide. So panic has to be trained out. You read that. Panic has to be trained out. It does not go out easily. So what they did, you guys, before they launched the first net, they recreated the fateful day over and over again, step by step, hundreds of times, right? From what they would have to for breakfast to the ride to the airfield to they were basically laying the groundwork, right? They were teaching people step by step what was gonna happen and what to expect, right? And that's why we're doing these trainings so you can be led through what to expect. And we're preparing you not only with the systems that are in place, but with the mindset, right? So uncertainty and fear are relieved by authority. Training in authority, it's a release valve. With enough exposure, you can adapt out those perfectly ordinary, even innate fears that are bred most with unfamiliarity. Like a lot of times we're just scared, right? Because we're not familiar. It's time to realize that this is a luxury, an indulgence of a lesser self in space. There's a difference between life and death that lies in our emotional regulation, right? So I'm just going to kind of skim through that, guys. But the Greek word apatheia, right? It's the kind of calm equanimity that comes with the absence of irrational extreme emotions, not feeling the loss of feeling altogether, just the loss of harmful, unhelpful kind. Don't let the negativity in. Don't let those emotions even get started. Just say, no, thank you. I can't afford to panic. This is the skill that must be cultivated. It's not a skill that you just are born with, right? It's a skill that you have to cultivate. Freedom from disturbance, perturbation. You can also focus on the energy exclusively on solving problems rather than reacting to them. I'm going to switch over to the next slide and I'll have Layla share as well. But page 29 of the book, Obstacle is the Way. And this is why mindset and book reading and being part of a community where it helps you with your mindset is so important, you guys. So page 29, it talks about, thus, the question for astronaut was not how skilled a pilot are you, but can you keep keep and even in strain? Can you fight the urge to panic instead of focus on um, what you can change, right? On the task at hand. Obstacles make us emotional, but the only way we'll survive or overcome them is by keeping those emotions in check. And if we can keep steady, no matter what happens, no matter how much external events may even fluctuate, guys, that you can remain calm. And so I'm going to go ahead and let Layla share just a little bit about that last two slides that we talked about. We're going to stop the video and then we're going to open for Q&A. Go ahead, Layla.
Yeah. Yeah. No, super. That's super important, you guys. And like Emily said, when you go into panic mode, a lot of people make a lot of mistakes. It's like driving on the road, right? You something gets in your way, you panic, you turn the car, you know what I mean? But it's being able to keep your emotions in check in anything, not just business, you guys. Something happens, somebody tells you no, somebody ghosts you, you think they ghost you, right? You start to assume and start to think this, you start to think that. You guys, you can only control what your thoughts are, right? And how you're gonna react to it, right? And if you keep that all in check, and easier said than done, you guys, but it takes practice. It takes staying close to the campfire, right? And knowing that you can do this and we have a solution. With 7K, you guys, I'm at a point where I'm passionate about what we have. I know what we got is good. And if you can keep that within you, nothing will will harm your emotions or harm you in any way, to be able to like divert off the course, you guys. But that's huge, is keeping your emotions in check. And it's easy. You guys, we're human. We end up like deviating from the course sometimes, but that's where panic mode happens. When you start to assume and you start to think otherwise, like, why didn't your friend show up? Because you don't know what they're going through. They might have got caught in traffic. They might have, then you never follow up with them, right? Then somebody else brings them to the next meeting that you never went back and followed up on. Same thing. It's going through all of that, but we are going to be faced with obstacles. And if we can, but not panic and keep our emotions in check, you guys, everything will fall into place. So, Emily, any closing words, and then we can stop the screen share and discuss Q&A.
Yeah. So, guys, I think sometimes our belief level is not where it needs to be, or maybe we're not at a level of excitement we need to be yet. The only thing that I will give you advice on is borrow somebody else's until you're there. If you have to borrow somebody's belief level, that's why it's so important to stay close to the campfire. Borrow the belief level, borrow their story, borrow their their passion, right? If you don't feel passionate, just keep right on their coattails. That's why we have these things, right? So you can borrow each other's energy until you develop that belief level, right? That is like so concrete that nothing can move you. I am so unrecruitable. It is absolutely crazy, right? There's nothing that anybody can tell me that will take me away from this company. I'm just letting you know right now, right? Because of the belief level and knowing what we know now, right? And that wasn't like that in the beginning. I mean, I knew it was a company I went, but like every time I get to meet with the co-founders, every time we learn, I get stronger and stronger and stronger, and then it becomes so completely unshakable. So find those people that have that unwavering, unshakable belief level and borrow that until you own your own. And so that's what I'm going to close with. I'm going to stop share real quick. I'm going to go stop the video recording, and then we will open for Q&A. So let me stop recording.